All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we made one trade on Tesla, 159 shares. Let's break it down. Plus $146. We'll just say 147 because it's 3 cents away. So $147 on this trade on 159 shares. So we had a good intraday swing trade, up 8,800 so far on the year. Just wanted to show that. Not trading as much, just calculated small trades. Let's look at the bottom on the left. We can see here I filled at 10:29 in the morning. I bought 159 shares, and then I sold 50 shares at 192.50, so that's almost a point up. I sold 10 shares at 192.35, 40 shares at 192.44, and then I sold the rest at 192.87. And also, 192.75. So let's break that down. Let's look at 1029, and then we'll review the trade and see where we made our entry, why we made it, and why we made those sells. All right, so when we first bought Tesla, we said 159 shares at 191.65. This is at 1029. So you can see the time at the bottom. And we are going to look this. So as you can see, the bell, it opened up at 198.6. Went as high as there at 935. And then at 1029 was our entry. So we entered right here, right in this area. We'll zoom in so you can see. And I took this trade and I had my entry at 191.65. So my entry was right 1029, right in this candle. This is where I filled. So this candle right here, this red candle. And I was even off for a little bit, as you can see. But what I told myself was I'm going to give this 191 or lower. So I gave it a 65-cent loss because I normally do much larger share size, so I'm more comfortable swinging this. And the reason I was giving it that point was because I felt when I was looking at the 1 month chart, let me see if I can find it on the 5-day, I saw previous support at 191. So when I took that trade, what I was looking at was right here. I saw here, right in this range, I saw that there was support that I thought was. So I was thinking right here was consolidation, here consolidation. I figured we get a pop from here. I figure I can get a 1.5 points out of this. So my entry at 191.65 was a little bit early, as you can see, but it was still okay. We still did fine on the trade. I'm just moving so you can see it. Here it is, 1029. There we go. So here we got in. We had this sell off in the morning, selling off. And then I was anticipating that this was a double bottom. I was thinking right here, double bottom right here, and then double bottom right here. That's what I thought was happening because it went down to 191.9. I'm thinking this is double bottom. And then it started selling off again, and I bought in here. And then I said, okay, it started selling off. It went all the way down to 191.28, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to have to take the loss here. Started to pop back up, 192, didn't take profits, figured I had a chance here. Then it started selling off again, but it didn't break the 191. I had the market sell order to take the loss. It would have been like a $100 loss. Didn't take it. I held it, and then I noticed right here, I knew I was in the clear because this was the double bottom. It went right here, and then right in this aspect right here. The low right here was only 191.15, which was still higher than the 191.08. Buyers came in, this nice green candle. Then I started holding, and then I took my first profit at 192.35, and that was at 1050. So right in this candle, right up top here, I took the first 10 shares off. Wanted to pay myself, I know I have the cost base is 191.35. So took some profit. Then we had this nice candle coming up, and I had my sell order for 50 shares at 192.5. Took my order. And the reason I did that is because when I zoom out of this chart, I figured right here in this area, right here in this consolidation, once this broke, I figured this was going to be resistance. So I thought it would just go to 192.5 and then just start selling off, and that didn't happen. So I was already selling shares. Then it started coming up even higher, and I was selling into this area. So I sold all the rest of my profit here. And these are topping tails, as you can see here, right here, and here. So buyer momentum, when you look at a buying candle, buyers, they open up here and it closes here. So it didn't get that high because there's no buyers from 193.12 to 192.9. So I figured that was the end of the trade. I got out of the trade. I made $147. I thought that was it. And then it went up to 193.5. So I sold a little early, but I still held some shares up until 192.87. I sold my last remaining 10 shares, and then I sold my other 49 shares at 192.75. And that was at 1052, which is in this candle. So not bad, not bad. Like this area I'm selling in. So I feel like that was still a good trade. I was early though. I bought here, and then I held, almost took the loss at 191. Then I saw a double bottom here, and then it started changing the pattern. Because you had that pattern change. You had this direct coming down, and I thought to myself, okay, like this is the break in pattern. It is resistance, resistance. It can't break this EMA. It's resistance, and then it started finally double bottoming right here. So it was just a tricky play to try to buy the dip on this because the QQQ was so red as well. But I just wanted to show that recap and what I was thinking when I made this trade. But now just looking at Tesla, just got to be careful here. It looks like as long as it keeps bouncing off this 190, we're okay because you have this channel right here. If you guys don't see it for newer traders, but you have a channel right in this area, and that's where Tesla is trading right now. So there's nothing wrong with trying to buy the dip on Tesla. But you got to cut your loss if it breaks 190, or I would say 189, because then we're headed to 183. Because this is the pattern, the ascending pattern we got going right here. So definitely would be careful, but let's just see how this goes tomorrow. We'll see. We're at 191. We'll see if it breaks 189 tomorrow. If it does, then this is not valid anymore, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Check out my other content if you haven't. How to set up automatic investments on Fidelity. FSELX. I think this is the best semiconductor ETF that you can buy. Dividends, tutorials, check it out. Subscribe.